Hello, Lake Central families. The Indiana Department of Education has released a second draft of the proposed changes to the Indiana High School Diploma. The second draft is much more in line with our current diploma model. Per the IDOE, the majority of Indiana's colleges and universities have expressed support for this new second draft. I'm going to quickly walk you through the second draft of the proposed changes and the new requirements for our students. There are still a few areas of concern in our opinion in the second draft, and I will point those out as we go along. By no means do our concerns have to be your concerns. You may feel differently about them than we do. If after viewing the video you wish to give public comment about the changes, you can use the link to the feedback form from the Indiana Department of Education, which was provided in the Parent Square message that was sent out along with this video. The deadline for giving feedback is Friday, November 8th. On this slide and the next slide, we will go over the proposed future new Indiana diploma. For comparison's sake, the current requirements under the Core 40 diploma are next to it. For English, the new diploma requires 8 credits, which is the same as the current requirement. Students must take English 9 their freshman year, and then they need to take 5 additional English credits. They also have to take a 1-credit communications-focused course. For math, the new diploma requires 7 credits, which is 1 more than our current diploma. The additional credit added was personal finance. The only other required math course is Algebra 1. After that, students have the flexibility to take 4 additional math credits in any course. One thing that gives us a little pause here is the required state test at the high school level is the SAT. The SAT has quite a bit of test content that comes from Algebra 2. One thing that people might consider giving some feedback on then is that students should be required or at least recommended to take Algebra 2 so they are prepared for the SAT exam. In science, technology, and engineering, the new diploma requires 7 credits. Students must take 1 credit of computer science, which is new. We anticipated this requirement and adjusted our middle school curriculum this year so that all students will complete the 1 credit of computer science this year in 8th grade. Beyond that, students must take 2 credits in biology and then have the flexibility to choose any other science class to meet the remaining 4 credits. For social studies, students are required to take 5 credits under the new diploma proposal. They must take U.S. history and U.S. government. The state did listen to the public comment from the first draft and added back in a requirement for 2 credits from world perspectives. Those credits may come from world geography or world history. There also is the flexibility to use advanced world language classes such as a level 3 or 4 class in order to meet the world perspective requirement, given they cover quite a bit about culture and geography. Under PE and Health, the new diploma requires 1 credit each. There are no more directed electives, and instead students must choose 12 credits worth of personalized electives. All students will also have to take the course Preparing for College and Careers. The total number of credits is slightly higher now at 42 credits, but keep in mind at Lake Central, students have the ability to earn 7 credits per semester for a total of 56 credits over 4 years. We do not see any issues with them increasing the requirement to 42 credits. And then just a reminder that the federally required alternate diploma for students in special education with significant cognitive disabilities is still available. One of the largest complaints that the Indiana Department of Education received on the first draft of the diploma changes was about the lack of an academic or technical honors diploma. The reason many people complain was because those 2 options provide a roadmap of what courses to take for college admissions or entering the world of work in a high-wage, high-demand area. In response to those complaints, they have proposed a new set of honors seals. There are 3 honors seals, 1 for enrollment, 1 for employment, and 1 for enlistment. Students can earn 1 or multiple seals. The Enrollment Honors Seal mirrors many of the requirements that are in the Academic Honors Diploma, which many Lake Central students currently earn. This is the seal that students would pursue if they are college-bound. You do not need to earn the seal in order to apply for college, but the requirements listed here are what many colleges and universities are looking for in their entrance requirements. To earn the seal, students must complete at least 4 world language credits and 6 social studies credits. They must complete at least 8 math credits, and those credits are much more scripted with requirements for geometry, algebra 2, and then either pre-calculus or another advanced math class. They must complete at least 6 credits in science, and again, those courses are much more scripted, asking students to take chemistry and physics or another advanced science course. They have to earn a C or higher in all courses and maintain a B grade point average, And then finally, they must complete one of the following. They may earn 4 credits in AP courses and have to pass the corresponding AP exam. I'm going to come back to this in a second. Another option would be earning 6 college credits through dual credit courses, or 4 credits in IB courses and taking the corresponding exams. The final option is scoring a 1250 or higher on the SAT or a 26 or higher on the ACT. For the AP option, I think this is an area that deserves some public feedback and attention. It says that students have to pass the AP exam in order for it to count towards the honor seal. However, for IB classes, they simply have to take the exam. This isn't equitable in terms of requirements. We believe the language for AP should be changed to the same as IB, that they have to take the exam, not pass it. The next seal is the Employment Honors Seal. This seal is similar to the Technical Honors Diploma. First, students must earn either a market-driven credential of value or complete 3 CTE courses in a pathway. We have many students who participate in our CTE programs, so that is likely what they would pursue as opposed to the credential. Then they would have to complete 100 hours of work-based learning. They did say this would be flexible and would not need to be done during the school year. It can be done on weekends or over the summer. Keep in mind in many communities, including ours, that there are some equity and accessibility issues with the work-based learning requirement. Not all communities have enough employment opportunities for their high school students, and not all employers will want to take on the liability for young workers. Additionally, this requirement puts a burden on families to provide transportation for their student, which may not always be feasible. Also, remember that work-based learning is not simply a student having a job. There are certain experiences they would need to have while at the job in order to qualify it as work-based learning. This will require additional work on the part of the school, the student, and the employer, and communities will need to make sure they have enough work-based learning experiences for all students who may be interested in pursuing this honor seal. Students also have to demonstrate skill development in communication, collaboration, and work ethic. However, no additional details are given as to how they would do this or how it would be documented, so that is an area we need more guidance on. They must also meet an attendance goal. However, no information is given as to what that percentage is. Perhaps it's 90%. We also don't know if it's for 1 year of high school or for all 4 years. So some clarification on what that attendance goal is and for how long they have to meet it during the course of their high school career would be helpful. The last honor seal is for enlistment and service for those students who plan to go into the military. The first criteria for that seal is to complete either an Introduction to Public Service course or 1 year of JROTC. Lake Central does not have a JROTC program. Therefore, to offer the seal, we would need to look into creating a course for Introduction to Public Service. They must also achieve a score of 31 or higher on the ASVAB and complete the 3 components of a career exploration program. Additionally, they have to meet an attendance goal, which again, similar to the employment seal, we need some more information on. And finally, they have to demonstrate skill development in communication, collaboration, and work ethic through a mentorship experience. We would need to find military personnel or veterans willing to take on a mentee, and also would need more clarification from the state on what exactly this entails in terms of time and activities. Those are the 3 honor seal options, and again, the enrollment option, the first one that I went through, very much mirrors the current academic honors diploma. Per the IDOE, Indiana colleges and universities have said that the enrollment honor seal will provide a path for students to follow to meet their admission requirements. The last component of the second draft of the proposed diploma changes are the Honors Plus seals. In order to obtain these seals, students must complete all of the requirements of the Honors Seal as well as the additional requirements for the Honors Plus seal. The Honors Plus seals would likely only be earned by a small number of students given the rigor of the requirements. For the Honors Enrollment Plus seal, students must earn a credential of value while in high school, such as an associate's degree, technical certificate, Indiana College Core, or AP Scholar with distinction. The last 2 options, the Cambridge and IB diplomas, Lake Central does not offer. They need to complete 100 hours of work-based learning, and they need to demonstrate skill development in communication, collaboration, and work ethic. For the Honors Employment Plus seal, students must earn a market-driven credential of value, such as an associate degree, technical certificate, Indiana College Core, or advanced industry certification. They must complete a 650-hour focused work-based learning experience, such as a pre-apprenticeship or modern youth apprenticeship. This 650 hours is in addition to the 100 hours from the Honors Seal for a total of 750 hours over 4 years. And then they have to demonstrate skill development in communication, collaboration, and work ethic. The last Honors Plus Seal is for enlistment. Students must achieve a score of 50 or higher on the ASVAB. They must also demonstrate leadership by completing one of the following: 100 hours of public service, holding a leadership role in an extra or co-curricular activity, or completing 2 seasons of a team-based physical sport or activity. One of our primary concerns with the second draft of the proposal is the timeline. We feel it would be better if the changes could be delayed by a year and the current diploma options left in place until then. As of right now, this proposed new diploma is meant to start with the graduating class of 2029, which are our current 8th grade students. High school scheduling for 8th graders begins in January. If the new proposed changes do not get approved until November or December by the State Board of Education, there is very little time for schools and our counselors to prepare to guide students and families through the new diploma requirements. Additionally, as was mentioned, some items in the second draft of the proposal lack details and criteria. By taking another year, this would allow the Department of Education the time they need to fill in those details, establish criteria, and inform school districts about what that will be. It would also allow schools more time to look at their staffing and whether any classes need to be offered at the middle school level instead. Some other concerns that we see with the second draft are that no Algebra 2 requirement or recommendation is in the proposal, and yet the SAT is still the high school accountability test that all juniors take. Given it has a great deal of Algebra 2 content on it, we feel that at least a recommendation for Algebra 2 would be helpful. For the Enrollment Honors Seal, students taking AP classes under the proposal must take and pass the AP test. As I mentioned, this is not equitable given that the other options for dual credit or IB classes do not require students to pass a test. They simply have to pass the class, and we feel this should be the same criteria for AP. For the Employment Honors Seal, students must complete 100 hours of work-based learning, but there are some access and equity issues with that, given transportation can be a problem for some families, and not all communities have enough work-based learning opportunities for their students. The attendance requirement for the Employment and Enlistment Honors Seals do not have any criteria listed yet. And in several areas on the seals, it says students must demonstrate skills in communication, collaboration, and work ethic, but no details were given, and we're also not quite sure how exactly we're going to be tracking that. All of the concerns that we shared may not be your concerns. This second draft is definitely much improved over the first one, and we're thankful that the Department of Education took the time to go back and revise their proposal. If you feel inclined to give feedback, please remember that it must be submitted via the IDOE form by Friday, November 8th. A link to the form is on the screen, but there was also a link in the Parent Square message that went out to all Lake Central families along with this video. We appreciate you taking the time to watch the video, and also want to thank all of our families and staff who have given feedback thus far on this process in order to help us build the best diploma proposal possible for our students moving forward. Thank you.